Hello and welcome to Let's Wander. This is a different video, it's more of a fact-finding video. I got curious the other day as to the origins of the St George flag and why we have a foreign patron saint slaying a mythical beast that probably never existed. I went down a bit of a rabbit hole and this is what I come up with. So with all this being said, let's fact find. Let's wander. Before St George became our patron saint, it was in fact Edmund the Martyr, a former Anglo-Saxon king killed in 869 by the Great Heathen Army. Not long after Edmund's death, a cult formed around his martyrdom. That was until the reign of Edward the Confessor. Edmund's cult faded out and Edward's was gaining popularity. Edward named a chapel at Windsor Castle to St George, who embodied the values of chivalry and knighthood. But in fact several flags took the place before the cross of St George. 1066, 1135, 1198, 1340, 1406, and in 1450 the St George's Cross that we know. Although the cross was used to identify French and English troops in the 1188 crusade, it didn't become the official flag until 1450. The Victorians romanticised the story of the flag by tying it in with Richard the Lionheart adopting the cross, but no evidence exists to back this up. And it is widely believed that Richard the Lionheart didn't care much for England but preferred France and didn't even speak English. The story of St George slaying the dragon could be symbolic of the cross taking over from the original Anglo-Saxon dragon flag. You've got to admit, the dragon on the flag was kind of similar to the one in the murals. Even the tail has a familiar curl. And that brings us to the end of the episode. Hope you liked it. Hope you like, share, subscribe and leave a comment. So from me, Chris, in the van, we'll see you again soon. Bye bye bye.